Hello, this is Nullwyn here with our first devlog. This is devlog number 0, technically, because I will be giving you an introduction of the channel, of me, and what I'll be working on. So, it's me, Nullwyn, and this channel is Nullwyn's Forge. This is my first YouTube video, and in here I will be making my first game. For this game, I'll be using the Unity engine, and I will be learning and doing models in Blender as well. I do not have any video game dev experience, and neither do I really have any coding experience. I'm currently a computer science student in a uni, and I thought to myself, I always wanted to make a game. I've had the idea about this game for a while, and I thought, why the hell not? I'll just start this channel. I'll start this devlog because I love consuming content like this, and maybe someone out there can watch along, see the journey, learn a thing or two, or just be enjoyed. The main motivation behind this is just to push myself to commit to creating content for this channel and learning Unity and finishing this game, hopefully one day, crossing my fingers. But yeah, so what's the idea behind this game, codenamed Project Nullwyn as now, because I did not wanna waste time on a name yet. Um, the idea is I wanted to create a game that is kinda a vampire survivor-like game. However, in there, I want to add a few first-person ideas, a bit of Skyrim, a bit of Path of Exile, and I just wanted to create a game where you can experience it in first person. You can get some weighty combat, and you can experiment and create your own builds and just have fun with it. What I've done so far, prepping for this video and preparing my setup, is I've created a Unity project, as you can see. I haven't done a lot of camera, I just have a few cubes. I have a ground plane, and I have a player capsule with a player controller. I went to the asset store and I got the starter assets from Unity. I started with the main camera and player follow prefabs that Unity has, and after upgrading the Cinemachine to Cinemachine version 3, everything broke. So that was my first bug experience. It was really frustrating to get to work again, but now it's working fine, and if I press play, you can see I spawn in the game. WASD works perfectly fine. I can look around using my mouse. I can shift to run, and I can space to jump, as you can see. I know this is not much, and I know I'm probably not doing everything correctly, but I'm really happy with the results of this. I know, humble beginnings, and what I'm really proud of, especially, is this checkerboard plane. I did it probably in the most wrong and complicated way I could do it, but since I still don't really know how to use Blender correctly, I went into Blender, I got rid of this cube, and then I just created a new mesh and a plane, and after I centered it, what I did is I went into the edit mode. I first of all chose this face, and I subdivided it 9 times. That gave me 10 squares across and 10 faces below, so 10 by 10 grid. And from here, I duplicated this object twice, so now I have plain, bright, plain dark, and I just displaced one more meter away. Oops. 2 more meters, and from here I went into my bright plane, and I removed all the odd numbered faces, and I created this checkerboard template. Bear with me. And then I removed these faces. So now I'm just left with half of a checkerboard. And then I went back to the other object that I duplicated, and I removed all the other faces on the opposite side. So this would be this. And then after selecting all the other faces, I deleted those. And then I took my dark plane, I relocated it back with back to my object where it was, and from here I give my dark plane a new material, and oh no, this is my bright plane, and I make it just white, for example, and then the dark plane I give it also a new material, and I make it black, for example. We'll give them both roughness 1, and if I preview now with the shader, the viewport shading, I can see my results, and then I can select both objects, Ctrl J to join them and become one object. I'll also set the origin to the 3D cursor so it is here, and now all I have to do is go to the modifiers, add a array modifier, and I'll add 100 array displaced offset by 1 on the x-axis, and I'll add a different array modifier, but this time instead of the x-axis we'll do the y-axis, so I'll make it 0 here, 1 here, and I'll also give it 100. And ta-da! Now I have a perfectly functional grid that I can use in my game. So from here I exported the file as an FBX file, and I dropped it into my Unity, and then I just moved it the position so it lines up in the center, and now I have this big place to play around with. And if I continue in the game, you can see that it lines up perfectly with my objects, and I can measure. Oh, I'm too fat. And I can measure how big things are for reference, and I can start making my game in this playground. So yeah, this is the setup that I have for Project Nullwyn. As I'm sure people in the comments, if anyone watched this, are gonna laugh their ass off at this if they know anything about Blender, because this was probably not the best way to do this. I will learn how to make textures, animations, and everything as I go. But as I said, I'm starting from scratch. This is my first experience. I'm gonna do a lot of mistakes, but I hope I'll just stick to this, and eventually I will have a game that you guys would like to try at some point. So yeah, thanks for watching this, and see you guys in the next devlog. Peace.